Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another night of NGS. Tonight we'll be covering Division B. We have Kentucky Murloc Chicken versus Obscured. And we are just about to get started tonight. Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to another night of NGS. We have Kentucky Murloc Chicken going up against Obscured. Tonight, we're headed into Dragonshire for map number 1. About an hour or so ago, maybe a little bit before that, the new patch dropped. Nerfs to Phoenix, nerfs galore. Some buffs to some heroes, so we're going to see how that all plays out tonight. Dragonshire first map, not a map normally found everywhere, or not played a lot in HGC either. So let's see where we head here. Macro game is always strong here. Tahaka, Falstead, who did get a slight buff, very strong here on this map. So we'll see where we head with that. First ban coming out here in a second from Obscured, and they're going to ban the Maev. They don't want to deal with that. And let's see where Kentucky Murloc Chicken, I might call him Kentucky Fried Chicken tonight, but it's Kentucky Murloc Chicken. So let's see, they ban the Hanzo, still strong, no matter what they do to him right now. So with the first pick on Dragonshire, let's see what Obscured takes. Waiting to see. Again, macro very strong if you want to head into that realm. The Phoenix did get a bunch of nerfs. Zeratul is now in play here in NGS. Now the Void Prism bug with Bunker has been fixed, so the Zeratul's back in play. Not very common pick, but getting some more and more play. So we'll see where we go here. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a Mage, Greymane, Tahaka, Garrosh. There it is, the Garrosh. Very strong hero. Still strong. No changes to him in the patch today. Still a very viable hero. Puts a lot of pressure on the opposing team to watch out for that toss. And if they have any kind of burst to follow up, it will be very quickly eliminated. So how do they counter? They come back with the Phoenix. Again, bunch of nerfs to Phoenix. We'll see how he plays out. Obscured decides to let him over. Kentucky Murloc Chicken picks up the Phoenix along with the ETC. Gonna give that a whirl. ETC, he can go Mosh. Mosh with the Phoenix combo of Planet Cracker could be something to watch for now. I'd love to see it, but ETC does also have the option of going stage dive, bringing a little global presence to the map, allowing him to split a little bit and then jump in on a team fight and be able to really help swing the tide. Stukov, strong hero, one of the best right now, along with Malfurion, who did receive a couple of small tweaks, but I still think he's going to be top hero here going in to the rest of this play. And as well as the Tahaka, that global presence, allowing them to split push, but split soak. And then again, just like the ECT with the stage dive, but Tahaka on level 1 is able to burrow stock in and able to potentially swing a fight one way or the other. I could see a burrow stock behind, tongue grab into a Garrosh toss with a stun, and elimination with a Stukov. Lurking Arm could really do some damage. Genji banned out from Kentucky Murloc Chickens. They're getting rid of the Shimada brothers. They don't want anything to do with them. And for understandable reasons, they're both very strong, very good heroes, still in the meta consistently. And Genji's mobility would be very difficult. Phoenix wants you to stand still. He wants you to stay up in his face where he can do some damage and then get away quickly. So Now the ban from Obscured. Where are they going with that? Are they going to ban a healer like the Malfurion? Or do they ban away the false hit? There's the Malf ban. I'm looking at my overlay, realizing that Kentucky Murloc chickens have a name that is just huge and barely fits into my draft screen. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. And with that, where do Kentucky Murloc chicken go from here? Do they pick up? What healer do they grab? They're also looking for that off-laner. Falstead can lane decently against the Dahaka if they want to go with a global presence to counteract the Dahaka, be able to fly in and deliver some damage. Again, did get a small little buff I read in the patch notes, some mana restoration, lightning rod doing more damage as well. So see how that plays out. But I anticipate a healer being picked here, probably as well as a second tank, trying to hide that major damage dealer in my opinion. Maybe something like a Mathael even as an offlaner, but there's the Leoric. Leoric and Gul'dan, there's their damage. So they're saving the healer for last, knowing that Obscured already has theirs. Their healer picked. So Leoric was already a strong hero. Not really in the meta a lot, but still a very strong hero. And he got a couple of small buffs today in the patch. Pulling it up right now because I want to take a look at it. And where is the Leoric? Leoric had a basic attack damage increase up to 109, and his Drain Hope cooldown actually was reduced from 11 to 10. So slow, small buffs to a tank that was already pretty good. And Entomb is very, very strong, and especially if this game goes late into level 20, Entomb with the silence can just wreck somebody. Gul'dan, very strong mage, very strong hero indeed. Corruption build can really pump out some damage. And wow, oh wow, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Kerrigan in play coming from Obscured, bringing out the Queen of Blades here on Dragonshire. And also the Junkrat. Junkrat, a strong hero, being played over. He just does a lot of damage. His mines can bounce and roll and continue to do damage. So he's very strong. He can continuously put out some damage without having to engage with that hard engage a lot. So I anticipate Junkrat doing a lot of poke, a lot of siege damage onto the point with his frag grenades and that frag grenade build. Kerrigan, if she can hit her combos, can really capitalize off of the Dahaka Drag, a Garrosh toss. I mean, you could have a stun with a Garrosh toss into a rake by Kerrigan with another stun. It can be very dangerous. Karazim is the healer taken by Kentucky Murloc Chicken. A lot of melee. Adding more to the melee, allowing Phoenix and Gul'dan to sit in the back and really try to dish out the damage. Good frontline abilities, especially with a Kerrigan who wants to try to get to that backside. She's going to have a lot of work she's going to have to do to get the back. Also, the cleanse from the Karazim is going to help as well with the Garrosh stuns. And then the Dahaka tongue as the game goes on. Looking at the draft, I really like the Stukov pick. To me, he is just the top healer. Lurking Arm, Silence, especially when you talent into it, making it bigger and harder to get away, as well as his heal is just phenomenal. It instantly can bring somebody from near death to over half health if played right. And so with that, we are going to hop into game number 1 of our match today. Obscured here on the left in blue. And on the right side in the red, we have Kentucky Murloc Chicken. Let's see if we have anything too far out of the way. Frag grenade build on the Junkrat. Transcendence, of course, from the Kerosene, going to heal. The Pursuit of Flame build, the Fell build from the Gul'dan, not the Corruption build. Interesting. We'll see where that goes. Fatally Unto Death by the Leoric. I love that talent when I play him. There's that silence, the toss, but that Garrosh is just getting worked, and down he goes. Phoenix damage output, as well as that Gul'dan Corruption. He just soaked it all, and the Drain Life doing a ton of damage. But it looks like they'll soak the lane mid, rotate bottom. Leo goes top to take out the Dahaka, and that should be a pretty balanced fight. They soak mid, allow ETC to get 2 globes for his quest ability, and start off on their way. Good start. Early deaths are recoverable. Death timers are low. As long as you don't lose too much XP of the minions in the lane, you can do alright. Looks like Obscured is just going to sit back by their towers and just absorb some XP. Not really looking to take a fight, just looking to soak XP, keep up with them, and wait for the team fight. So the shrines are spawning here in less than 10 seconds, and the question always when you play Dragon Shire is, are we ever actually going to get a dragon? It's very rare to see a dragon picked in that pre-level 10, so we'll see where it goes. ETC's got a little hunch up here. He thinks they're overtaking their giants, and he'd be right. They are there. And the Phoenix is soloing the camp over here on the right. Both giant camps taken. Will balance out in the middle, but it looks like they're fighting down here on the bot. Toss. Little miscommunication. He was doing lurking arm over where he was headed out, but the toss comes out, able to poke away the Kerosene as the Junkrat rotates down. Low on his health, but we'll let him heal up a little bit. Bio Grenade. Level 4 for both teams, staying on an even talent tier. Start off with ETC toss. Not quite under tower range. Gul'dan is now being body blocked. ETC able to slide away as the Kerrigan comes in, dealing damage. Stun onto the Phoenix, but he's able to get away. Looks like Obscured has now taken both shrines, and we'll see if they're able to capitalize on it. Most of the time, it's just if they don't have the dragon, that's a good enough thing for me. And it looks like it's going to be the same. Leoric takes back the top shrine as we kind of reset here. Phoenix is still pretty strong. He did receive a lot of nerfs today. I don't know if we'll see him stay at a 65% win rate that he was prior to today, but I still suspect him to be around 55% is my guess, because he is just a strong hero, and that mobility from him is unbelievable. Garrosh man fighting against the Kerosene, and he's got to watch out for that range from that Phoenix. Phoenix's shield's getting low, but if he gets in too much trouble, he'll back off. Kerrigan rotates down onto the Kerosene, doing a lot of damage, but in comes the Phoenix with his Plasma Cutter, zoning him away. Kerrigan leaps away just to make sure she doesn't get dove on by the ETC with that Gul'dan right behind. So with that, both are about even on the XP. Leoric Dahaka just doing a dance in the top lane. Just trying to soak XP and not let the other one get too far ahead and get the dragon. Allow their team to get the dragon in the mid lane. With that level 7 from both teams. Again, the Fell Flame build from the Gul'dan is interesting. Most have been going the Corruption from what I've seen. So going a little old school with the Fell Flame build, but still proving to be strong. The silence of the lurking arm coming out, but the Phoenix is just poking away that Junkrat. And I missed a kill. Leoric goes down to a solo Dahaka. Able now to take the top point, but Leo will be up shortly. Now not able to really capitalize on it, but the Gul'dan gets caught out and he dies. Kerosene jumps in to try to save him, but is able to blink away shortly after. Kerrigan left the game, came right back. No need to pause, all good. So this ETC is doing a very good job of just sitting here in the bush, watching the rotations come by, keeping an eye on what's going on between the bot and the mid lane. Looks like the Kerosene is rotating top, going to give his Leoric a hand. The slow coming out, the Drain Hope. Here comes the Kerosene doing some damage. He's going to just poke away and get the Dahaka off the point. On the bot lane, the wall is down. Small XP lead for them of Obscured as they look to try to take over here. And the Stukov just ate that corruption. Let's see, anybody close on their quests? Not really. The ETC's kind of fallen off with his globes. Junkrat just poking away. Junkrat did not go the frag grenade talent at level 4. Kind of surprised by that. It really, that damage bonus really adds up. So we'll see if the mine build pays off here. Two members of Kentucky Murloc Chicken up on the top. Just keeping that Dahaka back. Level 10 now for Obscured. Kentucky Murloc Chicken's right behind them. Anything out of the ordinary. I missed another kill because I am just looking at these quests and surprised that they're giving up kills. But they capitalize on the level 10. Jump in. Kerrigan with Maelstrom and just puts out a ton of damage. The taunt taken, of course, by the Garrosh. Riptire by the Junkrat. Isolation by the Dahaka, and the swipe from the Stukov, not the shove. Interesting. Most have been going the shove. One-on-one fight top. It looks like they're just gonna back away because here comes the Kerosene to push the Dahaka back. Kerosene has not selected his heroic. There it is. It's gonna be the palm. I agree with that completely. Kerrigan going mano a mano with ETC. Trying to build up those shields as Garrosh down here takes a kill on the Gul'dan. I am so sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with him, but every time I'm trying to look at a fight, it seems like off screen the action's just taking place. Planet Cracker was taken by the Phoenix and the Mosh Pit by the ETC. We talked about it in the draft. That Wombo combo, if they can hit it, could be really interesting to see. And March of the Black King, not the Entomb, coming from Leo. I don't know about that. Entomb is such strong ability, able to zone away. And if this game goes late into level 20, it can really do some crazy things with that silence. Right now, though, Obscured looking to get that talent lead, get to level 13, taking their siege camp, but it looks like Leoric goes down solo again to the Dahaka, who is right now going up against the Kerosene, and they're just doing a little dance around. But as this Leoric comes back up here in a second, they could really do some damage. And here comes Leoric. Dahaka gets out of there. On the bot lane, they are pushing with this camp. Gul'dan's trying his best, but it's a 4-on-1 really. And he's trying to. Here comes the Phoenix, able to zone out. Oh, the mine! What a play by the Junkrat, dropping the mine, knocking the Gul'dan over the wall, able to then toss with the Garrosh. Fantastic play by Team Obscured. Great job, great coordination there. Talent lead right now for Obscured. So they're looking to take a fight. They're looking to capitalize on this. There's the leap from Kerrigan. Just barely misses the rake as ETC is able to slide out. Dahaka is taking the top. Garrosh is on the channel of the dragon, and this is going to be our first dragon of the game. Let's see what they can do with it. I think they're probably going to just walk straight bottom and go straight at this keep. Walls already down. Most of the towers are down. I would expect them to just go straight for it. So with that, as we head over, finally level 13 for Kentucky Murloc Chicken, and they're able to get on an even talent here. They're clumping up here, don't forget about that wombo combo. ETC's looking for it. He gets kicked over. Kerrigan jumps in, not able to rake, but pops the Maelstrom. ETC is walking around trying to find. They're looking for that combo. Here it comes. Mosh Pit, Planet Cracker. The Dragon Knight takes most of the damage. The Junkrat's able to get out. The Stukov does go down now. Here comes the Riptire, maybe a little too late. Does some damage, but the Kerrigan is already dead. The Phoenix is now chasing after the Junkrat. Plasma Cutter, bye-bye Junkrat, he is dead. So what was a dragon with a nice lead, not able to capitalize, not able to do anything but take that one more tower down, barely a smidgen of damage done to the keep. To be honest, not what they were looking for. They had a talent lead leading up to that, were leading in kills, and they were not able to capitalize on that. I think a lot of that is who was driving the Dragon Knight. Garrosh was inside. Garrosh is your face. He's their tank. He's the man up front with all that extra armor and able to get out. But he can't do that inside the Dragon Knight, and he can't tank or peel, especially when the Dahaka stayed in the top lane. He did not rotate down. So it really, I think, hurt them having the Garrosh in control of the Dragon versus, say, the Kerrigan or the Junkrat. So we're reset here. Level 16 for Obscured. Kentucky Murloc Chicken is still a level behind, so a talent advantage right now for them, for Obscured. And the Leoric is going the Drain Hope. Looks like he's been prioritizing Drain Hope using the reduced cooldown. I like at 13 and 16 to take the Wraith Walk build, the reduced damage, and then the reduced cooldown. It is really strong, especially against somebody like a Phoenix who does a ton of damage. But there's Kerrigan with the combo, the toss back into the Lurking Arm, silence, and bye Phoenix. Phoenix pre-nerf is still dead there, in my opinion. It's just how it is. Garrosh is able to get away. They're trying to do damage to this keep, but not sure how much they're going to be able to do. They're going to back off, reset. They're waiting for this Leoric who's rotating through. He just found almost the whole entire team. He gets rooted and taunted as soon as he comes out of the Wraith Walk. That is a dead Leoric. Right as the dragon spawns. Dahaka is up on top. I wouldn't be surprised to see him burrow mid or let the Kerrigan here take it. Nope. He's going to burrow in. And there he goes. He's going to grab the Dragon Knight. I want to see how they do now. Garrosh now is not in the Dragon. He's able to tank. Able to be that beefcake in the front lines. Let's see if they can actually get some damage out on this keep now. Again, this is Dragon number 2. And here comes the Leoric back up, but he gets immediately knocked back. Wraith walks out. ETC's walking into the back, very low on health. He's trying to get that mosh pit. And he gets 2. Planet Cracker just pumping out the damage. Stukov, Garrosh both go down. That was the wombo combo they were looking for. Kerrigan pops her ult, trying to do damage, but not able to. They able to get the keep, but at what cost? Dahaka burning away. Trying to get away. Junkrat tosses out of mind, trying to slow him down, but Junkrat and Dahaka will both get away. That is a 3-0. Dahaka is taking all that damage from Plasma Cutter. ETC slides in, face melts, pushes it back, and that is a dead Dahaka. That's staggered death. Look at that timer, over 25 seconds difference between the Kerrigan and Dahaka. Junkrat now is forced to try to do what he can. Not able to get the kerosene. He just walks over to the group, pops the heal, and says, I'm alright. So, Junkrat's trying to do what he can. The interesting thing, though, they lost the keep bot, but they still have all their other structures remaining as far as forts and keeps. And also, Obscured has 2 forts and all 3 of their keeps available. There's a lot of XP to be gained here. Towers still available in the bot lane, as well as, again, the forts in the top and bottom lane. It's a lot of XP that Kentucky Murloc chicken can take and try to catch back up on the XP game. They're not that far behind, but level 20 is rapidly approaching for Obscured, and those storm talents could really separate them. I will say I'm very impressed by Obscured's use of the Dahaka, using him to split, soak, and then grab the point, burrow stalk him, take the dragon. When they've managed to get the dragon, they've done a pretty good job with it. Looks like we have Kentucky Murloc chicken rotating top to clear out the camp as they grab theirs, and then vice versa, Obscured rotating towards the bottom to take care of the camp spawned by Kentucky Murloc chicken, and then grab their own. Dahaka is going to sit and grab the moon shrine on the bottom as his team rotates top. ETC sitting in the bush, he sees all this coming, able to face melt and reset it, and says back off. Great job. The ETC's been doing that all game. It's been fun. It's been very good for them. Able to see the rotations coming, able to plan ahead. Looks like we're getting some heartbacks because the Dahak has been pushing with its giants into the bot lane. So they know that Kentucky Murloc Chickens knows that Obscured has just hit level 20. They have their storm talents, and they said, nope, we don't want to deal with this. We're gonna go bottom, take away the shrine on the moon shrine on the bottom, and just make sure you don't get it while we try to soak for level 20 as well. Anything out of the ordinary? I don't see. Stukov has not taken his level 20 talent. Blue team takes the fort top. That's Obscured. They take the fort top. And see where it goes. They're setting up in the mid here, but that's because Kerrigan's taking the moon bottom, and they're setting up to try to take the dragon again, and see if they're able to capture that. With that, they're able to take the shrines, but the fight's breaking out. Maelstrom right in the middle of them all. Planet Cracker comes out, but it's immediately stopped. Not able to do anything. Here comes the Riptire coming behind. March of the Black Kings used. Heals back up. Gets a lot of damage out. Mosh Pit done, but Flailing Swipe stuns it. So right now, just Kerrigan down. ETC is in the midst of them all. Taunted. Still alive. Stunned. Stasis Palm keeps him up. Garrosh goes down. ETC slides in. They're pushing hard against them. The Dahaka's by himself in the back, trying to do what he can, but not able to really capitalize. Junkrat is going to fall. That is a 3-0 again for Kentucky Murloc Chicken. With that, it looks like Leoric's going top to the Sun Shrine. Karazin's going bottom for Moon. And that looks like they're going to take the Dragon Knight. They had to send Phoenix back to defend the core. No damage, shield's still at full. So they're going to take the dragon and they're going to see what they can do with it. With that, Dahaka's trying to chase off the Kerosene, but it's not going to matter. At this point, 25 seconds until the Junkrat gets up, and 7 until the Garrosh. Here comes the damage. They're taking the foot wall. Kick on the Dahaka. They want this keep. They're taking this keep. Silence comes out by the Stukov. Very, very good. It ends up splitting the team up. The toss onto Leoric. He stands there, starts swinging away. Planet Cracker comes out, but not landing on anybody. Just zoning a little bit. The Leoric is trying to Wraith walk out. Is he able to get away? The jump by the Kerrigan, but unable to land it. The Unstoppable coming out from the Kerosene. Maelstrom is there, but it's not doing enough. Riptire's coming in, doesn't do much, and they're just turning around. There's still a lot left on this Dragon Knight. Are they going to try to push on the core? No, they're backing off. They don't want a piece of it. Their core is being attacked right now from the catapults coming in. 3 catapults coming in, but Leoric's coming in to take care of that, and he'll be able to handle that. So they're just turning their sights to the fort, grab a little XP, get an extra lead. No talents to be had, but more damage as they get done. The Fell Flame quest at level 1 is done for the Gul'dan. 20 minutes in, his Fell Flame radius is now increased by 10%. So, again, the ETC setting up in the bush, great. I really like this play. It's very smart by Kentucky Murloc chickens. Whenever they're taking a camp or doing anything like that, he sits there watching for the rotations, able to face meld if they come too close to him. They take the bruiser camp on the top, and looks like now they're rotating towards the bottom, probably looking to take the bruiser camp down there, but Obscured has the same thoughts. In fact, they're headed straight for the bush, and they are looking to set up. But the Junkrat's frag grenade bounces through. It shows the fact that they're messing around down here. So Leoric pauses for a second, waits for his teammate. I think that might have been a little bit of a misplay, in that if you don't show you're there, that Garrosh was in the bush and could have potentially got a toss and really done some damage on the first person walking in. But instead, Kentucky Murloc Chicken able to take the bruiser camp on the bot. The bruiser camp on the bot, and now they're going to push a little bit with it. Dahaka is on the top lane trying to slow down the camp push going on in that lane, while Kerrigan is soloing the bruiser camp on the side of Obscured in the top lane. All 5 from Kentucky Murloc Chicken are down here pushing with this camp. They want to weaken this wall. They want to get this down as best they can, if not all the way down, because their thought is if we get the next dragon, we can come back into the bottom lane if we need to take a keep, if we can't take the core by itself. So with that, they're pushing in 5 on 4. Dahaka is top, able to come in, but that mine pushes away the Leoric, solos him out. He marches with the Black King trying to stay alive, but the toss comes back from the Garrosh. This looks like this Riptire's come out, mostly to zone. The Leoric is not able to get away, and he falls. Great play, great setup on that. All started by the Junkrat mines. He has been on fire with those mines this game, really using them well to isolate and to help put his team in an advantageous position. And right there, he kicked away the Phoenix, cast his curse a little bit there. As soon as I give him a little praise, pushes the Phoenix away instead of towards him. So Dahaka claims the bottom. Moon, Leoric looking to respawn soon, trying to track the Dahaka, see where he's headed. Karazim is headed to the top. Garrosh is as well trying to slow this down. Does not want to give up the Dragon Knight. And right now they're just going to do a dance with each other and see what it is. So Karazim is pumping out the damage. You got to remember, Karazim can still do a lot of damage, even though he's a support. His melee attacks help heal, and they do quite a bit of damage, especially as we get later and later into the game. So with that, Obscured rotates top, recapturing the Sunshrine. So with that, ETC stuns the Garrosh, isolates them. In comes the Maelstrom from the Kerrigan, and the Planet Cracker comes out from the Phoenix, and right at the same time, Gul'dan fears and spreads them all away. A little bit of a miscommunication there, in my opinion, and as a result of what took place, Junkrat is able to sneak in and grab the Dragon Knight. Kerrigan comes in, nice cleanse by the Karazim, able to let his ETC get away, because otherwise he was surely dead. Obscure taking the Dragon Knight, not with 5 up in their Garrosh down, not able to push the core, so they're just going to look to take this fort instead. But are they even going to be able to get it? It doesn't appear to be. It's a 5 on 4. And one of those 4 is actually in the Dragon Knight. Oh, great pre-cleanse there. So as the Dragon comes in to kick the Leoric, he is able to stay. And they are chasing after this. It is still a 5 on 4. ETC slides through. Face meld to isolate the Dahaka. Riptire coming into the back line, doing some damage. Leoric marches the Black King. gets some damage, but mostly just heals a bit. Leoric Wraith walking out, ETC gets tossed but immediately slides out, tries to get himself out of danger. Face melts to push back. And they're on the run. ETC with the gets concussion mine, gets pushed to the top, and is able to get away though. There are 2 catapults on the core. Able to clean them up before the shield goes down, so smart play by them. In all this though, the mid lane, Kentucky Murloc, Obscured, I'm sorry, we're not keeping an eye on that mid lane, and it looked like some catapults may have gotten through because the core is down to 55% for Obscured, where Kentucky Murloc Chicken had their keep taken first, but yet still have not yet taken any core damage. Obscured invading, taking this bruiser camp. Let's see if they fight on the throw bridge, the bridge of throws. That choke point is just so dangerous. Dahaka's going in. He has a burrow. He can get out if he doesn't get silenced and get away. But they're coming in with the keep right onto the bridge. This is where an Entomb would be very good right now from Leoric. Could have pinned quite a lot of them in there with, and then gone into a Planet Cracker with a mosh pit. I would have, again, loved to have seen the Entomb over the March of the Black King. But this game is now into its 27th minute. 13 kills for Kentucky Murloc Chicken and 9 for Obscured. Looks like they're gathering around the capture, the dragon in the middle, waiting to see what happens. Obscured has both shrines right now, and Kentucky Murloc Chickens do not want to leave this mid lane because they do not want to give Obscured a chance at this dragon and a chance to end this. But what they're doing instead is turning around, grabbing their bruiser camp. Gonna allow them to put some pressure on the top lane. Again, we're 27 minutes in, and there's still a fort up on the top lane. Still surprising. Leoric is in the bot lane right now, clearing out some of the creep wave and including the catapult, but he knows they're rotating down and he backs out. With that, Kerrigan goes and starts to capture the shrine, and Junkrat is already in the mid lane, getting ready. But here comes the ETC, here comes the Gul'dan, not on their watch, they say, as far as capturing the dragon. They are not going to give this up without a fight. And the question now is just, when is that team fight going to happen? There is a giant wave coming in on the bottom. Phoenix is having to come down here. So now it is a 5-on-4 in this mid lane. This is the chance. As soon as they see Phoenix in that bot lane, and Leoric is also going towards the bottom. He's trying to take that point. This is a 5-on-3. The rake comes in from Kerrigan, as well as the Maelstrom, able to do a lot of damage, but that timely fear from Gul'dan able to reset the fight. Leoric able to capture the bot point. So no deaths. Best they could do in a situation like that. They also have a giant keep, bruiser camp coming in along the top lane. The Riptire did come out, but didn't do anything other than slow down. Planet Crackers just slows down, makes it. They can't capture the dragon. That global silence onto the Leoric as he got tossed. He went March of the Black King. He uses Unstoppable, gets some health back, but not what he was looking for. Stun from into the silence, into the rake, into the stun. Leoric is dead, but so is Junkrat. So it's a 1-for-1. Leoric, remember, when he spawns, he's going to come right back to wherever his ghost is. So ETC chasing behind, gets flailing swiped. He was looking for the slide into the face meld, trying to isolate. With that, looks like Phoenix again had to go back to clear out the catapults. Kerrigan and Garrosh are fighting. ETC isolated, silence. Cleanse comes out. He's able to stop the Dahaka from capturing as Gul'dan takes the top point. With that, it's 4 here on the mid lane. As much as Kentucky Murloc Chicken have had to go back and defend the core from catapults. They've done a very good job of not giving up the dragon in the middle, using a lot of stun tactics, a lot of range poke to slow down and make it very difficult for Obscure to get it. Phoenix is isolated. Kerrigan is here. She pops the Maelstrom. Not going to be able to finish him off, though. And here comes the ETC. He's sliding in. He's looking for the Kerrigan. If they can get the Kerrigan, that'd be huge. They take both points. Dahaka is in the mid lane. Oh, Mosh Pit misses. Oh no, Mosh Pit misses. Dahaka, though, is trying to capture the mid. I'm not sure what. Oh, the creep stunned him. ETC is disconnected. And there is the pause. I am going to switch to the starting soon screen here. I am broadcasting on the delay, but just in case, I'm going to go to the starting soon screen, guys. We'll talk about the match once we get back into it in a second, as I am acting as the referee as well for this game. As soon as we get word that the ETC is back in, we'll get right back into it. But it's been a barn burner of a game. To recap a little bit, 30 minutes, 55 seconds into the game, and it is neck and neck. 14 kills for Kentucky Murloc Chicken, 10 kills for Obscured. Kentucky Murloc Chicken at level 25, Obscured at 24. I need to start a timer. And it has been crazy. You can't see it, but I'm looking at the stats here on this right now. The hero damage output. Junkrat has 114,000 hero damage. The next closest on either team is 66,000 from Phoenix. That's crazy. That is just a ton of damage. 114,000 damage from the Junkrat. Wow. Just wow. I can't say more. He's also done 218,000 siege damage. Dahak has done 219 himself. There's been a lot of damage dealt, which is to be expected with a 30-minute game. So, all right. Looks like our ETC player actually DC'd from like everything. He's not on anything, so it looks like his internet may have died. So we're gonna give him a little bit and see when he's able to get there. So the teams are talking a little bit in all chat. They're talking about how intense this game is right now. It is really intense. It's a tight one, and there's another game to come right behind it right after this one. So if you're watching, please don't go away. This is a barn burner of a game. 31 minutes in level 25 to level 24. We've had, I think, 4 Dragon Lights now. I've lost track. We have 114,000 damage coming out from a Junkrat. Hero damage coming out from a Junkrat. And it has been just crazy. So I'm going to check something while we're in here. Sorry guys, I'm checking something. I do have to act as referee, so I just want to message the mod and make sure I'm not missing anything. So I am messaging the mod just to make sure, so I could let the teams know. Get a response. Let's see. Oh, I'm not getting a response yet. So, again, guys, sorry about that. Still have a player DC'd. Let's see if we can get an update here in a minute from them. Looks like there's a 10-minute timer. I just want to check. So, yeah, I just confirmed with the mod there is a 10-minute timer. Um, um, so, so we are coming up on 6 minutes. So, actually a little less than that. So, with that, I know it's kind of Nexus Gaming radio right now. I'm not talking as much. I'm trying to keep an eye on the timer, keep the teams informed at where we're at. It is a very intense game. I would hate for this game to go to a 5 before with an AI because it has been a barn burner of a game. It's been such a good game. Both teams evenly matched. It has just been phenomenal, and there's a team fight looking to break out here, and I really would hate to have it swing this way here so late. I'm just hoping he comes back soon. We got about a little over 2 minutes left on the timer. So they're talking about um, the OP, how OP the ETC AI is. Every time they play against him, he lands 5-man mosh pits. They're joking around about that. It's pretty funny. About a minute left here. And just informing the teams about that. So he's not yet come back. As soon as we get to the 30 seconds, or about 15 seconds now at this point, we'll get started. So all right, countdown's back on. We are back in game. I'm going to put back on the overlay. Here we go. The Gul'dan almost gets taken out. The Phoenix chasing, Kerosene chasing, not able to finish off the Gul'dan. Kerrigan with the two-man rake takes down the Phoenix. The Kerosene is low, but they're able to finally get that Gul'dan down. Leoric is now down as well. ETC, I'm sorry, I hit a key, and so we were looking at, zoom back out. ETC AI is getting worked right now, but he's able to get away. So let's see what they're able to do. On the core right now is 2 catapults are up near the core. Kentucky Murloc chickens are trying to capture now the Sunshine, trying to just stall as long as they can. Waiting for the Phoenix to come back up now, as well as the Leoric. So I know they're hoping for their ETC player to come back, but if he doesn't, it's going to be a tough one. Junkrat and Stukov are both taking the Sunshrine on top. Kerrigan is already in position to capture. Leoric is right now just poking away with the Dahaka, trying to keep them off the point. Just trying to, again, just delay. The good thing for Obscured is the mid lane is the one where they lost the keep, so they're able to harass at the dragon, clear out the catapults, harass the dragon, clear out the catapults without having to lose a lot. Versus for Team Kentucky Murloc Chicken to clear out the catapults, they have to go all the way to the bot lane and do that, and then rotate back. Like Phoenix right now, he doesn't want to be here. He wants to be in the mid lane. He wants to be helping his team, but he's clearing out catapults. So he clears them out. He's also looks like he's going to work on the Giants. Nope, going back for the... Maybe. He is going to clear out the Giants. Leoric is dove on. He's able to get away though. But the Dahaka, here he comes with the snipe, able to get the dragon. This is probably going to be GG. A level 25 dragon is just insane. So March of the Black King gives Leoric back some health, but it's just delaying. There's a catapult, 2 giants pushing in the bot lane. Leoric is stalling out. He's rooted, he's silenced, he is dead. And here comes the dragon. He is looking to take the keep, or just stalling. ETC punch. The poor AI didn't know what hit him. And here they come. They're going for core. Leoric is behind them. He'll be back up. I mean, no, much quicker than would be if he died normally. But a level 25 dragon is just too strong. He's hitting for about 8% a hit, and that's going to be GG. So with that, Obscure take game 1. Kind of anticlimactic at the end there, but it's just the way it is here with the situation of them having a DC for Kentucky Murloc chickens. So with that, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have game 2. So stick around.
Everything changes.
Alright guys, the ETC player is still not connected, but by rule they have technically 10 minutes while in draft. If somebody disconnects during draft, they have 10 minutes to find a replacement or wait for them to reconnect. So right now we're in that 10-minute wait period where he can technically still reconnect, but it will absorb any pause time going into the game. So we're going to see where this goes. With that, I'm going to mute my mic for a little bit, let the house music play, and as soon as I have an update, I'll let you guys know. So I just got an update. The Undead, the ETC player from last game, he is reconnecting now. His computer decided that Windows wanted to force an update on him in the middle of a match. So that is taken care of, and he is reconnecting now and working on getting back on. So as soon as he gets in, we'll be able to start the match. We are heading to Infernal Shrines for map 2, and as soon as we're ready to go, we'll hop right into that draft. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. 1 second, but Undead has reconnected to Heroes of the Storm. He's now in the lobby, and we're just giving Undead just a second to make sure all of his stuff is ready. I know he's probably gonna be a little flustered after DCing after that last game. That was, if you missed it, you need to go back. You need to watch the VOD later. It was a barn burner of a game at 30 minutes, 55 seconds. Undead, the ETC player, disconnected, and the game just wasn't the same after that. It was really, um, difficult to watch because it was such a good game leading into that. So, but with that, we're giving Undead just a little time to make sure his settings are right, because his computer did as Windows did update, and what caused all the delay. So we're just making sure that he's all right before we get started here. And with that, it looks like we're good to go. As soon as we get into the draft here, I'll throw up the draft overlay. But it looks like we're ready. So, here in a second. So, what you guys didn't see while we were sitting here in the lobby waiting for Undead to connect was that they've done that Kentucky Murloc Chicken's done a little homework on Obscured, and last game the Hanzo ban was a targeted ban, and with Infernal Shrines here, another great Hanzo map, you pretty much bet that the Hanzo is going to be banned again here in a second. I gotta think the way they were talking. But Phoenix did get play last game. He was doing well, but you could definitely see there's some nerfs. He was not as dominant of a force as I've seen him be in other games, but we'll see how he goes as the season continues and as play continues with him. But the Junkrat last game, tremendous amount of damage. I didn't check it at the end, but I knew at the time when we had our long pause, our 10-minute pause last game, they had a Junkrat who had 114,000 hero damage 30 minutes in, but still, the next closest was 66,000. Coming out from the Phoenix on the opposite team. So here is the Hanzo ban that we were just talking about. They don't want to deal with it. Apparently Garandolf on Obscured, he is quite the Hanzo connoisseur, and he is known for his play. So the Hanzo ban is given targeted ban against him. Right now, Obscured is hovering over the Phoenix ban. Again, they let Phoenix through last game. They won it, but it was definitely a tight one. I don't know. I can see banning him if he's going to be really tough to deal with, especially on Infernal Shrines. His orb is going to be able to do quite a lot of damage on the shrine battles, and he is just really annoying with Plasma Cutter being able to jump in and out. There's the Phoenix ban, getting rid of that. So now we turn our attention over to Kentucky Murloc Chicken, and they first picked the Maev. Maev was the ban that Obscured gave last game, so instead the Maev makes it through. They pick it up instantly. There was no hesitation with that. I think they were expecting the Phoenix ban this game instead of the Maev. So they have the Maev, strong hero still. No changes to her in the patch today, so we'll see how she plays out. Hasn't been getting a lot of play lately in the HCC, mostly because she keeps getting banned, or they just figured out how to counter her. So we'll see where we go from here. I like Infernal Shrines, I like Blaze, I like Diablo on this map. They picked Kerrigan. Obscured had Kerrigan last game. Kerrigan's very strong on this map, so we'll see where they go. I would expect they prioritized the Stukov last game. I'd like to see the Stukov along with the Garrosh. There it is. Yeah, the Garrosh was a vital part of Obscured's play last year. Very good last game. Very good play by them. And the Stukov was again a pick they had last game, and they bring it back and reprise the role again this game. Stukov, to me, best support right now in the game. Lurking Arm does so much. Shove or Flying Swipe can really reset a fight, and the bio kill on his healing, once it spreads, can really just jump somebody from near death to over half health very rapidly. With that, we turn our attention back over to Kentucky Murloc Chicken and see what they're going to pick up here with the next two. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't grab a healer here and a tank of some sort. Definitely a tank. This is where last time they picked a tank early. I'd expect them to pick at least one tank here and maybe the healer. But they last picked their healer last game, so not sure how they prioritize the Mal for their support. But they go back to the ETC and Leoric. The combo that they had last game was working very well for them. Undead, who did DC really good on the ETC. Leoric played very well. He had some small buffs given to him on the patch today. He went March of the Black King last game. I talked about it last game. I'd really like to see the Entomb come out. It's such a strong spell an ulti to throw out. You can really isolate somebody, especially with all these tight chokes that happen in Infernal Shrines. See that. Now comes the ban phase. Last time when in this situation, Obscured banned the Malfurion. Right now they're hovering over, and there's a confirmation Malfurion is being banned out. Probably the second best healer right now in the game, and even with a couple of small nerfs to him in the patch today, very minor, but still a force to be reckoned with. Roots as well, don't really want to have to deal with that, so he is taken away and taken off the table. So now Kentucky Murloc Chicken looking to ban out some sort of damage, some sort of damage from the side of Obscured, hoping that they can keep a balanced fight. So what do they do? Do they ban the Junkrat, who did a lot of damage last game? Do they ban a mage like a Jaina, KT? Do they ban the Mathael? Ooh. Strong offlaner, very good on this map. Very good against a lot of melee, like the Maev, Leoric, ETC. Percentage-based damage against the tanks, also very good. So they take care of that. They take that off. I like that ban. I like that a lot. So now where do we go from here? Do we save a last pick for a damage dealer? I think they will. I think Obscure's going to take their offlaner, a second tank here, and as well as one of their damage dealers. They did play the Kerrigan last game, and they played the Junkrat. Junkrat's still very good. Second tank, or maybe a Ragnaros in this game as an offlaner. See that? They played the Dahaka last game. Dahaka's still good on this map as well. So interesting to see where they go. I could see them. Ooh, here comes a Chromie, and there's that Dahaka we were just talking about. And Chromie comes out, Dragon Breath raining down from above. Should be interesting. Gonna really force the Maev to really get into the back line, see how they can take care of that. So with that, we need a support. Well, we don't need, technically, I mean, HCC, they're running no support comps now with Abathur. I expect to see a support here from the side of Kentucky Murloc Chicken, as well as their other damage dealer. As far as supports go, they played the Kerosene last game. Worked out pretty well for him. Did pretty well. The cleanse from him, I'd expect a healer with some cleanse. So Rhaegar, Kerosene again, and the Uther potential are all potential targets here, and we'll see what they go with. And they go back to that Kerosene again, and they grab the Greymane for themselves. Greymane got ignored last game. No pick, no ban. Still a strong hero in the meta. Still does quite a lot of work. and able to really help close the gap, and will really help with those tanks if he goes Curse Bullet, to really drop them down quickly and able to burst with himself and then Maev jumping on top. But that gives you a lot of melee. I mean, Maev's melee, Leoric's melee, ETC is melee, Karazim is melee, Greymane, when he goes to finish, goes into a melee form and jumps on top. So a lot of melee coming out here. I'd like to see something that sits back and can capitalize on that. Something that could really punish a lot of melee damage. Trying to think, KT would be very. I like a KT. I like mages right here. They go Alarak. Wow. I don't know. Wow. I can't. I watch quite a lot of HGC in my time, and I don't know if I've seen an Alarak in HGC play, and it doesn't get much play outside of maybe Quick Match for my experience, but we'll see where it goes. I will say he does do a lot of damage, and the team comp from Kentucky Murloc Chicken has to be aggressive, has to be the ones that jump on, have to be the ones pushing the envelope. The composition from Obscured can sit back a little bit, can wait for them to come to them, and then punish with that toss, the stuns, the tongue, drag, time stops from time locks from Chromie can really change the fight, as well as silences coming now from the Alarak and the Stukov's lurking arm. So interesting dynamic we have here. Very aggressive, come at you versus a potential sit back and let the play develop, let the match develop, and see where we go from here. With that, we are loading up into game number 2 on Infernal Shrines. And so, with that, again on the left, we have Obscured, who have a 1-0 lead in this best of 2 series. And on the right, in the red, we have Kentucky Murloc Chicken, who have a fantastic team name. I did not give them credit for that in the beginning, but Kentucky Murloc Chicken is pretty fantastic, if you ask me. So, anything out of the ordinary? Wow. Chromie with the confidence going mounting sand, hitting 3 or more consecutive sandblasts while missing counts as hitting 3 heroes. So really trying to stack up here. So we'll see if pays off for him. There's 1. There's 2. Misses and doesn't get that extra one. So that Dragon's Breath coming in. Dahaka still has not picked level 1. Here comes the Lurking Arm. Silence, as well as the silence coming out from the Alarak. Right now the Dahaka is just soloing top lane by himself. Started the same way last game. Leoric will rotate top and go one-on-one with him. Last game, though, the Dahaka was able to get a couple of solo kills on Leoric. I wonder if we're going to get a repeat of that as we get going here. Right now they're just sitting back. Now we're going to do this. At 1 minute and 8 seconds, Greymane says, I'm going to go take this camp. And they start the camp. Maev is hiding in the bush, just sitting here, soaking XP, not wanting to engage. So, a lot of just posturing. A lot of posturing out right now. Chromie with her time trap set in the bush here. Toss onto the Karazim. He's able to dash away. Just a lot of posturing. Maev is soloing in the bot lane, getting a little experience lead as they have to clear out the camp, as Obscured has to clear out the camp here in the mid lane. Dahaka is going toe-to-toe with the Leoric, and seems to be doing fairly well. With that, and that split XP, Kentucky Murloc Chicken hits level 4, gets a jump start, and gets a little lead. Let's see if they're able to maintain it. the ETC is doing much better on the orbs. He took him quite a bit to get to it, but just 2 minutes in, and he already has 9 out of his 20. Level 4 now reached for Obscured, so even talent tiers. Let's see if they're able to do anything with it. First shrine is getting ready to activate in 20 seconds. It's going to be in the top lane. Right now, Gary Main is in the bot. He's taking the camp. Still a beast at just clearing out these camps, and Leoric is dead. Looks like he got tongued underneath the tower. Again, I talked about it just a little minute ago. Dahaka was able to get a few solo kills on the Leoric, and looks like that is repeating. Clearing out the camp here before they rotate. Oh, the Maev is out of place, but able to get away. Very close to being an isolation play there, but able to get out. So, with that, we're going to rotate top and take a look here at the shrine. A lot of posturing. Greymane is taking the camp with the Kerosene. They have really focused on camps here in the early game. 1, 2, 3 camps all taken right around 3 minutes 30 seconds versus Obscured, who haven't taken a single camp. So time trap laid, Lurking Arm Silence comes out, ETC slides in, is able to get back away. Fantastic play by him to stay alive there. Chromie missing with the Dragon's Breath, just trying to land onto this. And you gotta remember, there's a wave pushing here. So while they're taking the shrine here at the top, the Team Obscured has to focus on trying to clear out this camp still. And they don't have a lot of great wave clears, especially when Chromie keeps landing Dragon Breath way behind the wave. So that's going to be something for them to really have to work on as the game goes on. Right now it is 35, here comes 40, toss onto the Maev, Lurking Arm is dropped into the time trap, Chromie does not hit a combo, and Arcane is first. Arcane, very annoying to deal with. Still early though. There's the jump. Goes over onto the Chromie. 3-man silence by the Alarak. Nice play by him after the Dragon Breath came in for the Chromie. The Chromie almost is having a lot of trouble against the Arcane Punisher. Not able to really set up. But the wall goes down. Looks like about half damage potentially onto the fort here. And now both level 8 and resetting. Dahaka is moving to the bot lane, looking to get a little XP soak. The Maev, the Greymane, and the Kerosene all looking for the team. Can't find them, and they looks like they're going to try to take out the Dahaka. Able to burrow to stop the tether from happening. Smart play by him. He's going to hearth out and get away. Well done by him to avoid that. It's the only reason he lived, is that burrow right as the tether was getting ready to proc and stun him and pull him back. So with that though, it is both teams about ready to hit level 9. Chromie with her trait, getting a XP, getting a level lead, picked up Slowing Sands, as to be expected. Greymane goes down as he takes the camp. Dahaka able to rotate down with every single one of his buddies and take out the Greymane. They're looking to invade onto the camp. Kerosene sees it coming, backs off, and is like, I don't want a piece of this right now. So it's 4 men taking the camp. ETC was thinking about coming down. He's like, nah, let's just split. So guys, let's get to level 10. We don't want to be behind. Obscured looks like they have a slight lead, going to be able to hit level 10 a little faster. So, and now that balances out. Both teams just looking for that level 10 so that they can fight on that even footing. Waiting to see, there's level 10, and waiting to see what is picked up. The counter strike from Alarak is the pick by him. Isolation by the Dahaka. Flailing swipe again from Stukov. Invade coming. Here comes the invade from Kentucky Murloc Chicken. The ETC got silenced and then got lurking arm silenced, not able to pop the mosh pit. Would have been great there. The Leoric is trying to get away. He does have March of the Black King, but he is down. So the Maev thinking about making a play on that Chromie, but too many people around, not able to capitalize. Go for the throat was actually the pick by the Greymane. I was wondering if he's going to go that a cursed bullet with such beefy heroes in the front lines from Team Obscured, but decided not to. The pushback, the silence from the Alarak, followed by the Lurking Arm silence onto Leoric. Nice combo from them, able to really do some damage. He hits the well and then backs up. The Shrine is going to be here on the bottom, and with a level XP lead, balanced out now. Oh, the silence, the stun, able to get the Maev. Then the flailing swipe. Oh, can they get the Maev? They do. The flailing swipe looks like there's a little miscommunication there on that combo, because he turned around and pushed the Maev away from the Alarak and away from the Garrosh and made it a lot more difficult than it probably should have been to kill that Maev. But here in 7 seconds, it'll be back. And just like we talked about in the top lane and the inability to really clear the wave effectively outside of maybe Dragon's Breath, we're going to see the same issue here in the in capturing the Shrine. Now, Chromie is doing damage using that Dragon's Breath. Alarak is in here trying to do what he can. But there's no mass AoE wave clear like Cocktail or Waves. Looks like the containment disc came out on the Garrosh. Yeah, that's the containment disc. And the mosh pit comes out. He gets silenced. 4-man silence. A lot of damage coming out from the Greymane. Nobody's dead yet. Chromie with the Dragon's Breath throws in the sands, and the palm came out, saved the Greymane, able to get away. Leoric is trying to get away, but he is unable to. So with that, it is a 4. That was a. It's now a 5v4, and they just give up the Shrine. So Obscured take the Shrine. Bottom looks like Mortar Punisher, and now they're gonna push. And they were able to clear out the wall earlier, so now it's gonna be very advantageous for them. They're gonna be able to take this fort, run up their lead. Right now they're on a whole nother tier, talent tier, and looks like they're going to hit level 14 and take a pretty large 2-level lead. Looks like Kentucky Murloc Chicken are sitting behind, waiting for the Punisher to get close enough that they can make a jump. There's the jump, and Obscured double back, take the siege camp, and let the Punisher do its thing. There goes a tower. There goes maybe potentially a gate. No gate, but able to do quite a lot of damage there. Take another tower, take 2 towers, or tower and a gate in the mid lane, and get a sizable XP lead. 2 full levels here. Now looking to wrap around, maybe make a play. Garrosh riding in. Dragon's Breath onto the Greymane does land. Stun from the Alarak into the silence, into toss, into Lurking Arm silence. ETC trying to get away. Power slide, gets a palm. No, that wasn't palm. I'm sorry. It's a small cleanse and is able to get away. Same time, Dahaka and Leoric are just doing their thing top lane, dancing. There's Leoric. Oh, the Dahaka just burrowing away, not letting the drain home take place. So ETC slides in, stuns the Garrosh. So 2-man stun into a 2-man silence. Dragon Breath lands on the Kerosene. Not able to finish off, but a ton of damage done. Garrosh in the thick of it, battling against the ETC. The time trap, and then 2-man silence from the Alarak. Dahaka tries to come in with the tongue, not able to latch on. So a lot of damage, but no capitalization. Level 16 now for Obscured, so they again are on a talent tier lead, 2 full levels up. And they're just picking for a fight. They want the fight. ETC stunned as he tries to get away from Seething Sand. Silence. He is dead. That quick rapid burst. Nothing that could be done other than maybe a palm. But even if he palmed him, he would have been dead as soon as he came back up. So the Maiev is bot lane trying to soak. Dahaka is still top. This has been a 5-on-4 for quite a lot of this, and the Leoric tries to walk back in, walks into a Lurking Arm. Silence, not able to Wraith Walk, gets tossed, and he is dead as well. That is 2 down for Team Kentucky Murloc Chicken. And the Shrine, look at that pushback by the Alarak. Able to silence, almost taking out the Kerosene. He's able to dash away at the last second. ETC is now back up. The Leoric should be back up here in just a moment or two, with his trait allowing him to respawn a little faster based off damage he does. Dahaka will take the fort top, and in 6 seconds, Shrine will spawn middle. And Obscured, while they know they can take any kind of team fight right now. They are 2 levels up, still a talent tier ahead. They go and take the camp to allow the mid lane to push out. Maiev scared that they're going to rotate bot on her. Will Hearth out, not wanting to deal with it, but instead they're actually going straight to the Shrine, going to work on taking that. This looks like it's going to be a frost shrine. So, and they're just leaving Dahaka to work on it while they go. And my guess is they're going to try to take down this wall, so that way as the Punisher comes in, they don't have to worry. Containment disc released on Alarak. They should get out, just stop. Lurking Arm comes out. Mosh Pit tried, but it's interrupted. A lot of damage coming out. Two-man silence coming out from the Alarak. The palm onto the ECC. Resurrected by Counter Strike comes out from Alarak, taking down 2. ETC finally does get the Chromie. A lot of damage with the stuns and silences. The Alarak goes down to Leoric. Maiev takes down the Garrosh, able to get away. It is 2v2 right now. That was a lot of damage taking place in such a small time. That Lurking Arm, though, able to save more than should have. Not sure how much, if he had already thrown out his heal, and if it was bouncing around or not. But the Lurking Arm was able to silence and stop a lot of secondary damage to come in. The Stagger Deaths, though, the Greymane and the Kerosene being lower level as well, are going to respawn faster and head towards the mid lane. Oh, they only need 1. This is a smart play. They leave it with 1 minion left to take, knowing that the other team Kentucky Murloc Chicken has to take 40. So all they have to do is come in, Chromie drops a Dragon Breath onto one of the minions, and instantly the Punisher's there. They don't have to worry about it, and they can go off, take the camp, split soak a little bit, do some damage, wait for the response. And Chromie's just sitting there. She's waiting. She misses, which hurts, but the Lurking Arm comes in, does enough damage on one of the minions, gets the last hit, and here comes the Frozen Punisher. He's going to help clear out this mid lane for him as they get ready to walk down mid. So, no wall to make the Punisher jump. This is going to be an all-out brawl right underneath the keep. 2-level lead right now for Obscured, but they are on the same talent tiers right now. Lurking Arm silence onto Leoric. The tether onto Maiev grabs 2. Containment disc comes out and onto the Stukov, able to isolate him. ETC gets stopped. The timeout from Chromie, able to allow her survive, able to drop a Dragon Breath at the last second. Counter Strike from the Alarak, but the palm had come out, and so now Chromie and Garrosh are both dead. Kerosene finally falls on the backside. Mosh Pit comes out. Then the push and the 2-man silence. Leoric gonna fall. ETC likely to fall as well. And the Punisher is doing work on the keep in the mid. ETC running away. He hits the well. Oh, the Punisher jumps onto him. But there's no follow-up damage. The Alarak had Hearth back to follow up on that. So the the Stukov and the Dahaka will finish off the keep in the mid lane. Also, at the same time, the keep and the top lane fell as the camp pushed in. So that was 2 keeps at the same time. Gives them storm tier talents at level 20 to 18. Very largely 2 full levels and a lot of damage done to the bot keep. So with that, let's take a quick look. Last laugh from Alarak. Controls contagion. The multi-time trap talent Adorable Anomaly by Chromie is very interesting to see as well. So right now, Kentucky Murloc Chicken are trying to get to level 20. They have not taken a single fort on this game, and they're just trying to get to level 20 because they know that the T-Fight's going to come again, and Obscured are not going to give them the time. They're not going to wait for it. They are going to come right back in this bot lane and take this keep. They want to get this over with. So seeing that Kentucky Murloc Chicken has people in lane top and mid, they walk right in, take the keep, and now there's no keeps left for Kentucky Murloc Chicken. So the pressure is going to be continuous throughout the rest of the game for Kentucky Murloc Chicken. When the next shrine comes, if it's a long drawn-out fight with Team Obscured at the shrine, it's only going to favor them Obscured because Kentucky Murloc Chicken doesn't have any way to slow down the catapults that are going to be forming in every lane. ATC slides in, but the time stop can't get the mosh off. Walks out, gets the mosh pit off, but it's only Garrosh, then gets interrupted almost immediately. Flailing swipe resets the fight, pushes them back. Dahaka is in the top lane, so it's a 5-on-4 here, but Garrosh able to live through that. Great combos and silences from Lurking Arm and the Alarak as well, able to keep the Garrosh alive. So still a 5-on-4. Dahaka is pushing back in the top lane, and again, all that Obscured has to do is just keep the pressure on, and it's gonna really strain Kentucky Murloc Chicken to adapt to that. So they're going back. They're going to take their camp. Again, the more pressure they put on, the easier it is to take the shrine, the easier it is to push core. So they're just going to take camps, and they're going to look to just draw out this fight. They don't have to get kills. They don't have to do anything but just delay. And the Chromie Twinkle dance. So they're starting up on the shrine. Dahaka is in the top lane, as well as the Leoric. I'm not sure what they're looking to do. Kentucky Murloc Chicken's just posturing right now. They're level 20 now, but ETC walks into the time trap, able to get away. I remember all those extra traps coming out from the Chromie now. The cleanse, a pre-cleanse onto the ETC makes him unstoppable. March of the Black King comes through, doesn't really land on anything. The pullback, the silence onto the Leoric, more silence from the Lurking Arm. He goes down. This might be the beginning of the end, because the Dahaka is actually on the core by himself right now. And he's probably going to die here, but he's just delaying for his team. The Maiev gets caught in the time trap and the slowing stance, able to use the trait to get out without taking a ton of damage. Containment Disc comes out in the Alarak, allowing the Maiev to get away. But it is 5-on-4 right now. But the Leoric will be back up shortly. The Dahaka did manage to live, but there's a lot of damage done to that core. Trying to isolate that Maiev, trying to take her down. The Mosh Pit comes out. It's on 2. The Chromie hit was in her ice block. She was able to survive for now. A lot of damage. No final. There's lurking arm, but that means he can't heal. And there goes the Chromie. There goes the Garage. There, just the flailing arm comes out. And that is 3 down. And here comes number 4. Halorac's like, I need to go back here. I need to try to get as many items, many of the minions as I can. And he's working on them as fast as he can. He knows they're on their way. He is gonna do what he can here, trying to get close to that 40, 33. Here comes the ETC. They know he's by himself. The ETC comes in face melt. Oh, what a play by the Alarak, able to counter strike through and then grab the last 3. Now they're able to grab the Arcane Punisher here, but will it do enough? I mean, right now, Kentucky Murloc Chicken is fighting the Punisher as it walks through, slowing it down, making it jump back there. They're just trying to keep it off the core because the core is down at 20%. Catapults at 23 minutes, level 22, do a lot of damage. The Punisher is at half health, but it's taking 4 of them to do it. Here comes the Leoric. He is coming as well to help slow this down. At the same time, charging down the mid. Here comes Chromie. Here comes Garrosh. Followed closely behind by Stukov. And the 2 catapults are coming in. ETC dies at the hand of the Arcane Punisher. Chromie comes in and able to finish it off. And that is GG. Well played to Obscured. And with that, they take a 2-0 for the series, able to take both games. First game, if you did not see it, was on Dragonshire. It was a barn burner of a game, over 31 minutes. We had a disconnect at the end, which really stunk, but overall was a very, very good game. With that, that concludes our games for today. I'm done for the night. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the cast, give it a follow. I'll be casting throughout the season, this season. And look forward to seeing you guys next time. GG's to both teams, and catch you on the flip side.